Welcome to our kitchen. Today we prepare medieval veal roast with a sauce based on fennel flowers from a beautiful 14th century cookbook, conventionally called Anonimo Veneziano. We start with ingredients. We need veal, eggs, verjuice, fennel flowers and rosemary. First, we coat the veal with lard and roast it for about 35 minutes. The cooking time changes depending on the size and the cut you choose. This recipe doesn't call for veal directly. The author writes that it is for ciascaduna carne, which means for whichever kind of meat. We suggest using a meat with a delicate flavor, such as chicken or a lean cut of pork. Differently from coarse kinds of meat, such as beef, veal doesn't need to be briefly pre-cooked in water before roasting it, as Maestro Martino writes in his Libro de Arte Culinaria in the 15th century, but it's however necessary to grease the meat before cooking it. The method Maestro Martino recommends consists in mincing and beating pork fatback with the knife, then spread it on the meat with the addition of aromatic herbs. But you can also use olive oil or lard. We skipped the herbs and the other ingredients because we were already preparing a sauce based on herbs. Meanwhile, we prepare the sauce. We mince the rosemary and pound it in the mortar with the fennel flowers, a pinch of salt, and one hard-boiled egg yolk, then dilute with verjuice. The main ingredient for the sauce, which gives it an intensely aromatic and sweet flavor, is fennel flowers. Fennel is among the most used aromatic herbs. In the ancient and medieval recipes, we find all the parts used: seeds, leaves, roots, and flowers, in addition to a variety that is clearly similar to Florence fennel, used in the manuscripts of the Liber de Cucina and Anonimo Toscano, dating to the period between the end of the 13th century and the 14th century. Fennel flowers may be difficult to find, but you can substitute them with the seeds or leaves. They are not as sweet as the flowers and less delicate, but you will obtain an excellent sauce anyway. According to the physician Ugo Benzi, who lived in the 15th century, the best part is the seeds. There are two varieties, wild and cultivated, and the second one is more temperate. The roots, simmered with chickpeas, stimulate the appetite. Fennel seeds produce good humors, and this herb in general benefits the sight. To watch a couple more medieval recipes based on fennel, check out the links to our videos for polastria fenocchiati and fennel soup in the description below. In the recipe, the author forgot to mention the liquid that we need to dilute the sauce, writing just distempera. However, in the other recipes for sauces written by this author, we read that he uses two liquids, vinegar and verjuice. Verjuice is commonly recommended in summer by the ancient and medieval cooks and physicians. For example, Artemidorus of Tarsus in the 1st century before the Common Era, and Maenus de Maenaris in the 14th century. Whereas vinegar is better in winter. Use the one you prefer or you have at your disposal. To know more about verjuice and fennel in the dietetic and culinary sources, check out our Patreon page, in which you find several articles dedicated to ancient and medieval cooking, among which the first two parts of the translation of Anonimo Veneziano and the complete text of Maenus de Maenaris' booklet about sauces. To know more about medieval food, you can buy our book Registrum Coquine, a medieval cookbook, with our translation, comment and glossary of a beautiful 15th century cookbook, written by Johannes Bockenheimer. If you're interested in ancient foods, check out our book, Ancient Roman Cooking. Both books are available on Amazon in English and Italian. To support our work, you may also buy us a beer or purchase our merchandise. You find all the links in the description below. This plate turned out delicate, slightly sweet, and aromatic with fennel flowers and rosemary. This last herb is not predominant in the sauce, but balances well the intense flavor of fennel. A good amount of verjuice or vinegar, the necessary to make it liquid enough, is essential for this sauce to create a good balance between the aromas. Meat with a delicate flavor is the best pairing to enhance this sauce. If you're interested in ancient foods and flavors, subscribe our channel and consider supporting us on Patreon.